some of you know, well, I think a couple of you know, most of you don't know, when I talk about getting my stuff published, publishing a book, that kind of thing, I'm already a published poet. I have been since I was 16. Actually, I think it was the first time anything was published, and I actually had that book last night out, and I cannot find it at the moment. This one came by a couple years after that, or actually maybe a year after, now that I think about it. Colors of Life, published by the International Library of Poetry. And I think it might actually be the same poem that was published the first time, but I can't say for sure. But this, by virtue of my maiden name, alphabetically, my poem appears first in the book, and I'm kind of tickled by that. So, yeah. And then this one, I remember being contacted. I think I wrote something specifically for this. I may not. Oh, no. I had to write I wasn't contacted to write something for this. They picked something of mine, and then they wanted to publish it, and they wanted a little biography for me. This is the International Who's Who in Poetry from 2004, I think. Let me check now. What does it say? Copyright series, blah 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 blah. Yeah. 2004. So yeah, there's my poet's profile and my poem from this book. And like I said, there's one other one that I had published between when I was 16 and when I was 18. And then I kind of stopped writing poetry for a long time. I think I churned out 5 or 6 in late 2005, early 2006. Probably 2006, because that's about when, actually maybe it was late 2005. Sometime in between 2005 and 2007, I joined LiveJournal, and I started writing there. And I wrote at least 4, maybe 5 or 6 poems there. And I did write some more poems my senior year of high school. But after that, I didn't write any poetry for a long time. And I had been writing poetry all throughout junior high, too. I'm not sure where that is, though. I'm sure my mom has copies of it, but I don't want to ask her for it because she fawns over my poetry, and I love her to death, and she's my mom, and she fawns over my poetry, and I think she does it because she likes it, but I don't know, maybe I just kind of get the feeling like she wouldn't fawn over it as much if I wasn't her kid, and that's a really weird feeling to have when someone's praising your work or saying that they like your work or something. But yeah, and then of course I am working, on self-publishing something. So this here is my main resource for that. It's a really good book. I definitely recommend it for anyone who wants to try self-publishing anything. I've had it for like 4 days, and the laminate on the cover is already peeling. It's starting to peel. Um, then I got a couple technique books for the genres I'm wanting to write in. This one kind of goes with no plot, no problem, but you have like 60 more days to get stuff done, which is awesome. And then this one I went ahead and bought because, well, I was going to check it out before I bought it because the library had a copy, but I thought, hey, you know, if I borrow it from the library, I don't get to mark it up, and I have to take notes on separate pieces of paper, and that would be a lot like work. And going through and highlighting stuff isn't while you're reading. So yeah, in a fit of laziness, I bought Your First Novel, which actually is a really good resourceful book as far as I can tell. I haven't gotten all the way into it yet. And I bought this one, which is a really fun one. What would your character do? Personality quizzes for your characters. It's written by, it's written by someone with, apparently, I'm guessing a PhD in psychology, based on the fact, you know, that PhD appears on the front cover next to one of the author names, and background in psychology is listed on the back. So hopefully this will help me a bit with some of my characters, because that was my biggest problem when I was writing the rough draft in November. Was some characters were really realistically incredibly developed, and others were just like, what the fuck, in comparison. They had little detail, and it almost seemed like I was trying to shoehorn them into doing something that they wouldn't be doing. So those are the books I bought. Well, some of the books I bought. I don't want to show the other two because I don't want to give away what the novel I'm penning over the summer will be yet. I think a couple people know, but I don't want to give it away just yet. Maybe when it's finished and I start looking for people to workshop it for me. That will be awesome. But yeah, I'm working on getting the files that I have on my computer assembled into some manuscripty kind of thing. And that'll be published as an ebook and be out hopefully by the end of summer. And I know there's probably some people who are dying to read it, and there's probably some people who will buy it just simply because they know me and I wrote it. So, anyway, this has been another May 4th video. Oh, and now, they're purple again. So yes, this has been another May the 4th video by me, the girl with the purple hair.